and Southeast Michigan. This is the Roundtable.
And hi there, good afternoon once again here on this Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Roundtable, spending part of your weekend with us. My name is Jeff Smith. Over the last couple of years, you have, of course, a show here on ABC on Friday nights at 8 o'clock has grabbed your attention, that being Shark Tank. My kids ask all the time to watch it, but what you see are budding entrepreneurs coming to a row of investors saying, here is our idea for a business. We want you to invest in it, make our dream a reality. Shark Tank is playing out here in Northwest Ohio, whether you realize it or not. In our backyard, Bowling Green State University has its own program called The Hatch, all part of the business school down there, and I have brought on some guests today to talk to you about that program now going into its second year and what it means to the students, these budding entrepreneurs, and also the school in general, and really making a name for itself around the country. Want to introduce my guests to you first, and we're going to start with Scott Hodges. He is one of those budding entrepreneurs. We're going to talk more about your business. You won part of the Hatch competition last year. Thank you so much for being here. Next to him, the Dean of the College of Business there at BGSU, Ray Braun. Thank you so much for being here. Another one of our budding entrepreneurs sitting right next to me, Kristen Jablanowski. Did I say it correct?
Yes.
Okay, we nailed on to the name. Cribs on Campus is the name of her venture. We will talk more about that. And Kurt Kern, director of the Dallas Hamilton Center down at BGSU. Welcome, all of you. Ray, let me start with you. And we were talking a little bit before. BGSU really making a name for itself. On point, making sure it's making a name for itself as far as its business school is concerned, but specifically with this program, yes?
Oh, yes. We held our first Hatch event this year, and we had alumni mentors assisting the students in a 10-week mentorship program, and we also had alumni investors come to campus to serve as the investor panel. And our investors invested real dollars. There was not a prize involved. They actually funded the student businesses. And we're very proud that 4 businesses were funded with over $100,000.
I asked you chicken or the egg question with Shark Tank and The Hatch, and you said you were a fan of the show.
Yes, I'm a fan of Shark Tank. I enjoy watching it. And when I joined the college a year ago, we decided to transform the business plan competition into a Shark Tank event.
Yeah.
It was a very popular event on campus. We had over 600 people attend the live performance, and we've had great reviews on it, so it's been very successful.
So the students come with their proposals. Not only, you know, you look at Shark Tank, that's done in a glitzy, glamorous studio with cameras there and crew, but you're talking 600 people are sitting behind you. These are out in front, if you will. I'm imagining you guys are on stage. You've got a huge audience. Scott, that had to have been intimidating. Obviously, you know your stuff. I'm sure you went backwards and forwards on your proposal, knowing that you were going to nail it when you went before those investors. But just the butterflies alone didn't get to you?
Yeah, no, right before I got on stage, I'd rehearsed a number of times and was all set to go. And when I got called on stage, forgot everything and just kind of winged it from there. But it was one of those things that, you know, through the 9-week program, through diligence of knowing exactly what points I wanted to get across, I was able to express that to my investors and, you know, put on a good show.
Talk about your project.
Bueno Vita, I'm originally from California, is a taco truck idea I had when I came out here. When I first moved out here, being from Ohio, or coming to Ohio from California, it's a little bit different. My mom told me to.
We're looking at the truck right there. I got some photographs.
My mom told me to find things I'm familiar with, and in Ohio, that's very few things. And so when this opportunity kind of came around, I said, why not start my own? So
yeah. What brought you to BG?
Football originally.
Okay.
I was going to a junior college out in California. And my offensive line coach now came to recruit me and said, have you ever heard of Bowling Green? I said, yeah, in Kentucky. He said, no, in Ohio.
Yeah.
And he's like, would you like to come visit? I said, absolutely. I fell in love with the people and have been here ever since. So.
Now talk about, as you have the truck right now getting revamped, if you will. It's getting some work done on it to make it the reality of what you envisioned. But as you're going through this process, you're still a student?
No, I just graduated.
You just graduated, so this is your main focus. Day to day, you're watching this thing take shape, but you've got to be just sitting there biting your fingernails thinking, okay, is it today? Is it today? I got to get this thing on the road.
I think I'm down to the bones at this point, but it is. It's a challenge, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's doing something that I'm very passionate about and I love very much. and I'm working very hard to actually make a reality. So I can't really complain about the day-to-day. It does, you know, I make constant amounts of lists and what I need to get accomplished, but it's a lot of fun. So.
And you're waiting for it to become a lucrative business as well. Obviously, that's the bottom line, is making money. Kirk, are the investors checking up on these projects as well?
Absolutely. What Ray had talked about is that we had real money from real investors. We had a panel of 5 alum and a friend who came along. They brought their checkbooks and they invested into these companies.
Is it like Shark Tank,
It
where
is.
they're owning 51% of the business, that sort of thing?
What they have discovered, they would go for an ask, Scott and KJ and other students. They would say, here's our ask, and then the investors would basically pile on. What was the cool part for us is that investors decided that they wanted to actually share in the investment. So Scott was selling 40% of his business, his equity share, and they all 4 of them jumped in for $10,000 apiece to fund it fully.
Yeah.
So that's real cash. I mean, that's not, you know, fictitious money. It's not monopoly money. It's real dollars. So when we go to the bank and he and I have sat down in front of the banker, we said, here's the money. Let's get things established. So the interesting part for the students, both of them are not business students.
No kidding.
So they are running businesses.
Yeah.
Scott, for example, got his degree from Bowling Green State University, and he will own his own company.
Yeah.
There's not many universities out there that can do that, and that's what we're really proud of at BGSU.
And what was your focus, degree-wise?
Individualized studies of education. When I showed up originally, I wanted to be a football coach and go into sports management.
Yeah.
As things progressed in my entrepreneurship class, actually where the idea for the taco truck came up, I decided to switch, and so I could focus more on taking more classes in the College of Business.
One of the things you said, your mom said, do what you understand, and I know during your presentation, watching a few clips online, you said you knew food.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that you wanted to focus on.
Food has always been a passion. Kind of when I came to BG, you know, food is. I mean, a lot of people are foodies and stuff like that, but I was
Yeah.
able to incorporate it with a business, and that's when it all kind of started taking shape. And it's a lot of fun to be able to work every day with food, and that be my business, that be my job. I mean, I really have no complaints about that. So.
And there's also a funny moment if you go to YouTube and pull up one of these clips on the hatch. You, I think, physically pick up somebody. In fact, was it you, Kirk? Is this after you've been awarded?
Yeah, I was pretty much on cloud 9 at that point. He said, "Come give me a hug." I was like, "All right, you're coming with me for a little trip."
You at home, you're going to have to go check that out. We have left Kristen out here in the conversation. I apologize, but your idea, you have taken something that, you know, where Scott will go off campus, you are staying on campus. Explain Cribs on Campus.
Well, what I do is deliver furniture and appliances to student rooms on campus before move-in day. So when the students arrive, they can move in their clothes and their personal things, but they don't have to worry about, say, carrying a futon through a line and through an elevator and then assembling it on top of that.
And just so people know, we were out this past week on campus, and you're busy. I mean, you're out there trying to drum up business.
Oh yeah, right now student orientation is going on at Bowling Green, so I have a table set up and I'm answering a lot of questions. I get orders every time I'm out there, so a lot of students are really interested, of course.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really exciting time for them because they're getting their schedules and their IDs, and it's, you know, they're really ready for fall.
What was it that you think really turned the investors to think this could work? I mean, how did you, and Scott, you can get on this as well, but what did you put forth when you were putting that proposal together and you said, that's going to be the selling point?
I think the biggest thing is that it can be moved to any university in the country that has on-campus housing. So I'm starting in Bowling Green because that's what I know and that's what I'm comfortable with.
It sounds like the idea behind Facebook. That's what they thought as well, right?
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, actually. So
Even though this is nothing like Facebook.
Right.
But continue, I'm sorry.
yeah, so in the next few years, I hope to expand to more campuses, both in the area and across the state.
Yeah. You are not a business student either.
I am not. I'm actually in computer science, so mostly programming.
Yeah. So instead of coming up with an app, you come up with something very physical
Yeah.
that people can actually put their hands on. And what has been the response from the people? We saw a couple of people talking to you this week. What has been the response?
A lot of parents are really excited because that's something that they know they want their students to be taken care of when they
Yeah.
arrive on campus. And that's something that they can look at and say, you know, somebody is providing good services for my student. I know that they'll be taken care of when they arrive on campus. And of course, the students are saying, one less thing I have to pack.
Exactly. Ray, as we talk about, we have talked about it week after week after week here at the Roundtable about the economy, the effects of the economy on jobs, on that situation. You have got a program here which I don't think ignores where the economy has been, but really kind of, I guess, is proactive in where the economy is. Do you see it that way?
Absolutely. One of our goals is to be assisting economic development in the Northwest Ohio region by creating businesses through the Dallas Hamilton Center and our Hatch program. So we want to positively contribute to the Northwest Ohio economy.
How much of that, as far as those judging whether they're going to invest or not, plays into it? Or when you, obviously putting that much money forth, it's a gamble just from the standpoint of where the economy is.
Sure, which is why it's important that through the mentorship program, the students develop their value proposition so the investors can see the value and get comfortable that the probability of success is high.
Yeah.
And I think with both Scott and Kristen, we all believe they're going to do very well.
Well, stay right there. When we come back here on the Roundtable, we're going to continue our conversation on the other side, talk about this program a little further. It's neat. It is very neat. Good conversation right after this.
Hi, I'm Tony